All right, hello and welcome. If you've ever tried to build a computational model, you know that the amazing idea, well, that's just the beginning, right? Today, we're going to dig into a platform called NetHub. It's built to tackle all those messy, frustrating parts that come after the big idea, so you can actually bring it to life. So let's just get right into it. Picture this. You're trying to model something huge, right? Like how a disease might spread, or the traffic flow in a whole city, maybe even an entire ecosystem. You've got this incredible model. You know it could lead to some real breakthroughs. But, and it's a big but, your ideas are just way bigger than your computer can handle. I mean, seriously, have you ever had that moment you're all set to run this massive experiment? You click the button and boom, the fans on your computer just go into overdrive, everything slows down to a crawl, and forget about checking your email. It literally feels like your own machine is holding your research hostage. And you know what? It's not even just about the raw power. It's the chaos of it all. You got project files saved in like 5 different places. You're desperately trying to figure out which version of the code is the real final one. And oh man, if you're trying to work with a team, forget about it. You're trapped in that email nightmare. Hey, did you get the update I sent? It's a mess, and it gets in the way of doing the actual work. Okay, so this is where NetHub comes in. It's built to be that clean, elegant solution to all that chaos we were just talking about. It's one single place designed to handle the whole modeling process, from the very beginning to the very end. So what is it really? Well, at its core, it's a platform made specifically for the NetLogo modeling world. Think of it as a tool that handles the whole shebang, building your model, working with your team, running those massive simulations, and then, of course, making sense of all the results. Yeah, the best way to think about it is right there in the name. It's a central hub for your entire project. It becomes that one single source of truth, you know? It pulls all your files, all your different versions, and all your teammates together into one organized spot. All right, so how does it actually pull this off? Let's start with the first piece of the puzzle, organization and collaboration. This is really about going from being that solo researcher, kind of wrestling with your own files, to being part of a super efficient team. And this slide really shows you the before and after. The old way, scattered files, losing track of important versions, and those endless confusing email chains about code. With NetHub, you just replace all of that with one central spot, automatic version control, and a super simple way to share everything. And here are the nuts and bolts of how that works. You can securely upload your models, and here's the cool part. Every single change gets tracked. So if you mess something up, no big deal. You can just roll back to an earlier version. And you have total control over who sees what. Keep it private for your team, or when you're ready, showcase it to the whole world. But look, getting your files organized is just step one. This next part, this is where the real magic happens. We're talking about the power of the cloud. This is the feature that really, truly frees you from the limits of your own computer. This right here, this is the absolute game changer. With NetHub, you can run these super complex simulations directly on their servers. You don't even need NetLogo installed on your machine. I mean, you can literally start a run, shut your laptop, walk away, and just let the cloud do all the heavy lifting for you. And once you do that, it just opens up so many possibilities. First, you can do what are called headless runs. Basically, you run the simulation without the graphics, which makes it way, way faster. From there, you can launch batch runs. Imagine testing hundreds of different settings all at once. And then, for the really big stuff, you can unleash the full power of their cloud resources for models your desktop wouldn't even dream of tackling. Yeah, their own documentation says it best, really. It's built for models that might be too slow or demanding for your local computer. This is the solution for those big, ambitious ideas that just need more muscle. Okay, so let's recap. You've organized your project, you've run this huge simulation in the cloud, but you're not done yet, right? Now comes the important part. You have to actually understand what all that data is telling you. And guess what? NetHub helps with that too. It automatically collects and stores all the data your simulations spit out. It even gives you tools to visualize the results, so you can spot patterns and figure out what your model's actually doing. The whole point is to let you spend your time on the analysis, not on the boring, tedious job of just managing data. But it's important to see that this platform is more than just a tool for your projects. It's actually a whole ecosystem for learning and discovery, tapping into the power of a huge community of people doing the same kind of work. See, your own models are really just one piece of this whole thing.
You get access to a massive library of models from the community, tons of documentation and tutorials to help you get better at what you do. It's like a complete support system all in one place. Okay, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture here. Why does something like NetHub actually matter? It's not just about making things a little easier. It's about fundamentally changing how we can do research and make new discoveries. When you boil it all down, the main takeaway is this. NetHub streamlines the entire workflow. From that very first line of code you write all the way to your final analysis, its whole purpose is to remove the friction and the headaches from every single step of the process. And that really leaves us with a pretty cool question to think about, doesn't it? What could we discover? What kind of huge, complex problems could we solve if collaboration was this seamless, this powerful? Just imagine what we could all figure out together.